By now, you are all probably sick of seeing this, for you know very well what it refers to, and that is definitely not the best times of our lives. But then again, for the first time on a global scale, we are all faced with the same problem at the very same time. We are all in this together. Well, fine, together at a distance. Surely it leaves us all asking the same question. When is all of this going to end? And though we are counting the days towards the unknown, all we can really do right now is adapt to the present. In this case, the better question to ask is, what does it even mean to adapt to our new COVID-19 world? Well, first and foremost, it means hygiene, and that is right at your fingertips. Indeed, washing your hands very thoroughly for at least 20 seconds is one of the most effective means to prevent the spread of the virus. As we touch different surfaces and objects throughout the day that are possibly sources of infection, using soap and water can eliminate any traces of the virus on your hands. Alternatively, you can also use an alcohol-based hand rub. Yes, it's both easy and inexpensive, and it keeps you and your loved ones safe and healthy. Fortunately, many governments have also become very keen on regularly sanitizing various surfaces and places that could possibly be infected. This includes airplanes, subway trains, railings, and more. Sanitizing toilets has become essential as well, for their surfaces too may pose risk for spreading COVID-19. Apart from hygiene, adapting various aspects of our lives to this pandemic has become necessary. Needless to say, social distancing has given our interactions a new shape, a virtual one most of the time, at least for a while. Of course, this has an obvious effect on work as we know it too. For a while now, most workplaces have either been closed or have been limiting the number of employees working from office while taking all necessary precautions. Most companies and organizations have now adopted to home offices by using the latest technologies to enable their employees, whenever possible, to do their jobs in the safe embrace of their home. Well, it's not just work. Workouts too have been affected by the pandemic. With gyms closed or preferably avoided, staying active has become no less important. In fact, as we spend most of our time at home, exercises have perhaps become even more essential to maintain both our physical and mental health. This can take place outdoors, at a distance of course, or at home, as we adapt our workout routines to any basic equipment we have. For this purpose, the internet is a great source of workout routines, a lot of which require even no equipment at all. Yes, shopping too. Thankfully perhaps, crowded supermarkets for a while remain a thing of the past. The need for both distance and proper hygiene leaves supermarkets with almost no queue at all, and, as you probably know, with masks and gloves everywhere. In addition to this, our travels have become restricted, though crossing the borders is still possible when necessary, while sticking to the safety measurements to curb the spread of the virus. This includes checking for any possible symptoms of the virus, including fever, for instance. Oh well, even greetings have now taken new forms, cooler ones actually. This is to avoid possible transmission of the virus from one person to another via handshakes. And dates, when they happen, if they do, will still require you to put a mask on. And no, not that. We mean the literal one. And though they may still end up in a happily ever after, yes, they are still managing to keep their masks on. Celebrations, as you know it, will probably include just the two of us, at least for now. We know it's hard, and we know that in various ways, the pandemic is affecting each and every one of us, without an exception. But once again, and for the first time, we are all in this together, and together, we shall overcome it. Until then, the best thing we can do is the thing we do best: adaptation. This involves taking care of both our physical and our mental health. It involves spending most of our time at home, unless necessary, which in turn implies spending more time with our beloved families, whom we perhaps never get as much time to spend with as we do right now. By the time of making this video, the coronavirus has resulted in nearly 4.5 million cases worldwide and in almost 300,000 deaths, and it is still spreading. It still remains highly contagious. This is why adaptation is necessary. With all the lockdowns and safety measures being applied by governments, you remain responsible as well. It is in your hands to curb the spread of the virus until science offers us a better solution, which it certainly will at some point. It is the least you can offer to all the people on the front lines, who are constantly exposed to risks but still readily work to save lives. Better days are coming, but for now, let us focus on making it through. Let all of us choose to adapt to the new COVID-19 world. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay responsible.